Yo, what up, my bumblebee fish? How you doing today? We've got Yang. This time we'll face 85 rounds on Park Path. You must test only the second path of your abilities. Oh, we can only get right-sided tower. This is gonna be ridiculous. How are we gonna do this, man? So let's go. I guess we're gonna go Dart Monkey 0-3s. Oh yeah, we can get 0-3s, man. This is gonna be oh, he doesn't reach. Oh man, he doesn't reach at all. No, he should reach that stuff. Well, that's lame. Because it's not the end of the world, we can still reach to the other side with residual arrows. Arrows that aren't actually aiming at those blues, but are still going to hit them. So today we're going to have a different topic. I'm actually going to just kind of chillax, man. This seems like it's going to be it's not going to be an easy mission, but it's also not going to be a really, really hard mission where I'm going to have to pay attention to stuff all the time. I'm just going to kind of get my towers down and let things flow. Because this is an easy map. You know, it's a really easy map, actually. But because it's on hard, and because we're limited to a lot of our upgrades over here, it's going to be a little bit difficult. But the main topic is going to be all of the animals that I had in my entire life. But before we get there, I got to talk about strategy really quick. So what are we going to do here? So like I said, Dart Monkeys, awesome. We can easily use the Dart Monkeys, 0-3 Dart Monkeys, and get pretty reasonably far in the early game. But once we get to late game, we cannot rely on billions of 0-3 Dart Monkeys. They obviously will not be enough to stop all of these balloons. So tack shooters, we can get Blade Maelstroms. If we ever get in some really big troubles, man, we'll make sure we get at least one Blade Maelstrom, maybe for a round, I don't know, any regrow rounds. Sometimes the regrow rounds are the really, really deadly ones that you don't realize that they're going to be deadly. So it's nice to just get one of these Blade Maelstroms going and just have them defeat everything. Snipers, we cannot use them at all. Boomerangs, surprisingly, we cannot use them at all. They're going to be a 0-3 or a 0-4. It won't be a 2-3, so it's like pretty much wasting money to get a 0-3 Boomerang. You need those 2-3s or else they're worthless. Ninjas. We could get a Flash Bomb Ninja. We could get a 2-4 Ninja. Probably won't end up getting those guys, but it's definitely a possibility for us. So let's get a Buccaneer over here. Again, we cannot get any of the range upgrades on these guys, but we can get Grape Shot and we can get Cannon Ships. So I feel like that's reasonable. It's a reasonable thing to expect us to use. Honestly, I probably will spam quite a few boats, especially with the Cannon Ship ability, or just the Cannon Ship ability to pop lead balloons and camo leads. We probably need those guys. I don't think there's anything else that... Oh, wait, we got ninjas. Yeah, never mind. We got ninjas for leads and camo leads. But here's the big money, boning, gigantic, amazing tower right here. We've got the cannon and the Moab Mauler, so that is going to be an extremely important tower for us for our late game action. We need to use the Moab Maulers, but Ice and Glue kind of suck. Monkey Aces suck. Super Monkeys, I don't know, man. It's kind of a lot of money to spend on a 0-3. Wizards, nah, I won't use Fire Mages or anything. Monkey Village, we probably will use a Monkey Village. Get one of those guys actually fairly soon, honestly. I don't think I'm going to farm because it's only 0-0. I can only really get 0-0 banana farms or a banana bank, which I hate banana banks, as you guys probably know. I know people still think that banana banks are good and you can still use banana banks in a reasonably effective way. That's fine, you can do that if you want, but I don't like banana banks. I don't like using them almost at all. If I was going to get a banana bank, though, I would probably upgrade them all the way up to 2-4, right around like 50 or 60 or something. Like a late game, I would use banana banks. Even though that's probably the least effective time to use them. You don't get enough money to get those guys around these levels. And then the other three towers we just really can't use. Spike Factories, Engineers, Balloon Chippers, Submarines, they all kind of suck as low-level right-sided tower upgrades only. So that is basically the strategy we're going to use. We're going to get mostly Buccaneers, we're going to mix in some Dart Monkeys, mix in a couple Ninjas, and then we'll see where things lead us. You know, we're going to need some late-game towers as well, like Ballers. But, like I was saying, I want to talk about the animals that I have. So I'm going to start at the very beginning. It's more of a story. I'm just chilling with you guys. You know, I'm not going crazy and making this the most exciting thing in the entire world. No, it's just more to understand Chris a little bit better. If you like understanding Chris and you like Chris, this is a perfect video for you. So when I was born, I actually had some issues. I was not a perfect child, which is kind of sad. So we're going to get the Cannon Ship. There we go, Cannon Ship. We get some more little Buccaneer buddies in here. Pop these guys. I was not a perfectly healthy child. So when I was born, though, I had a cat. My mom's cat, actually. Her name was Ebby. I don't even remember Ebby because she died before I was old enough to actually remember things like that. I don't know. I don't know exactly when she died because, again, I don't remember when she died. My parents would have to tell me when that happened. But anyways, the cat was... supposedly the cat loved me, like really, really crazy. The cat would lay in my crib with me, and the cat would Also alert my parents, because I was attached to this machine, which like basically would beep whenever anything was going wrong with me, whenever my issues that I had were like acting up or whatnot. And the cat would always alert my parents that the problem was going on. They'd be like, "Oh my god, come here, rescue Chris, he's having issues." And I'm like, "Oh, alright, that was really, really cute." So this cat probably ended up saving my life. Honestly, as ridiculous as that might sound, the cat probably saved my life, and that's probably why I'm alive, and probably why I'm making videos this day. I'm not saying my parents couldn't have taken care of me, but if you're sleeping and you're in a really deep sleep or something like that, and I'm in like the other room or whatnot, it's kind of hard to listen to the beeps, because things aren't as intensely amazing as they were, you know, when I was born 25 years ago. Obviously, all this technology and everything is a lot better now. Probably attach it to your freaking iPhone, man, and you can do whatever you want with it. So I'm going to get even more Buccaneers over here. I know it's kind of sad that we can't get the faster shooting ability as well, but yeah, I don't know, it'll work for us. Just get some cannon ships. Cannon ships are always good towers to use. And I think on top of that, I am going to go for a 2-3 Ninja fairly soon. It's a really good balloon popping power tower. Now if I can keep them right here in the middle, keep all the balloons right in the middle, then all of my towers will do even more popping power. Woohoo! Because I won't end up using any ice towers because they just suck. I don't like the ice tower. I don't like the red-sided ice towers. It's not that they're completely ineffective. In fact, an ice shard's ability, or an ice shards, or the 2-4 ability as well, might actually be sort of effective against what I think is going to be some of the big issues, those regrow balloons later on in the game. So anyways, I had this cat, and basically she saved my life, and then I don't really remember her anymore, which is kind of sad. And Amanda's actually allergic to cats, so I probably won't be having any cats my entire life. I do like when I visit my friends' houses and they have cats, though. I always play with them. That was really fun. Though I do believe I am more of a dog person. I really am. And again, that doesn't mean I'm not. I only like dogs. I would actually like to have a dog and a cat, or a couple cats and a couple dogs or something like that. I like animals. I really do. I love animals. I'm not one of those PETA people, though. I'm not crazy, and I do eat meat, so even though I really like animals, I am still a meat eater, and I know it's sad, and I probably shouldn't do it, but I do it. Just pointing that out, that I may be slightly hypocritical. Slightly. So we're going to go for a 2-3 Ninja now. It helps out. You know, we get some pretty hard rounds coming up. 38, 39, everything. Those guys are tough. But we get them, the Flash Bomb. And I'm going to start spamming quite a few dart monkeys, actually. I'm going to see if I can reach over to the other side here. And we can officially reach over to the other side, which is perfect. I'm also going to go for a mortar, I think. It'll be a really good cam detection tower. On top of the fact of getting some birdie stuff action. I like birdie stuff. Sadly, when you really like limit yourself to only one side of the upgrades, it's hard, man. It really is. That's what she said. So we got a bunch of dirt monkeys. You can't get the range upgrades, so we're putting them all as close as possible to the right side, to the left side over here. And I'm feeling pretty good about that. That's a big chunk of dart monkeys. That's also a pretty big chunk of Moab popping power right there, man. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So anyways, then when I had one dog. Oh, whoa, crap! I got scared there that I wouldn't have enough cam protection. So let's get that mortar really quick. Boom, mortar, boom, 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 and we got the signal flare over there. You know, let's put it in the front. Why not? Let's just start the burning stuff. I don't feel like it's gonna be as effective against ceramics, but against everything else, it'll be totally fine. And just getting rid of the camera detection right away. So I think it's about time. Let's go for a monkey village. I'm gonna put it down here, and we're gonna put all of our Moab Maulers right here. I'm gonna get a bunch of Moab Maulers. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna get, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa! I mean, how many Moab Maulers are we gonna get, Chris? We're gonna get a lot. I might also put some up here as well, but I wanted to put most of them in the range of the monkey village, and I really couldn't put a monkey village up there unless I sold some dart monkeys, which I already put those guys up there. So we're thinking probably not. All right. Now that we're through that, it doesn't really matter about this first one. We got enough balloon popping power and everything for shiznit, especially with that little distraction ninja over there. He's actually doing a really good job of distracting and sending back balloons back to the beginning, which you almost never see that with 2-3 ninjas. You almost always see it with 4-2, but never with 2-3. So I had this dog named Killer when I was growing up, and he was a perfect dog, absolutely perfect. He was really, really nice. He was really gentle and everything, but he was kind of old by the time that, you know, I was a reasonable age. I think he died when I was like 8 or 7 or something like that. I don't really remember. I remember him a little bit, but I don't remember him all that much. I just remember he was a really, really nice dog, like the nicest dog. He was like never bite you or anything. And then we got Lucky, and Lucky was rambunctious as can be. He was a pretty crazy dog, but we used to fight him. I used to fight him all the time. And by fight, I want to point this out really quick that I don't literally mean that it was like trying to hurt him or anything like that. It was play fighting. Maybe I should say playing with him, but it was play fighting. It's the best way to put it. And at this point, you have to understand that I'm literally less weight than him. He was a big dog. You know, they were both pretty reasonably sized dogs. So he was a big one, and we would like wrestle each other. We would. I know it sounds kind of weird. I know that not that many people do this type of thing, but my family, we did it all the time, man. I thought it was super duper fun to wrestle my dog. We used to go run outside and everything, especially during winter. When I had my hoodies on or my coats on or whatnot, he would just attack me in the snow and tackle me in the snow and everything, and I used to just fight him on back. But inside the house, it used to be so crazy. He used to bite my arms, and like I literally sometimes I would like get like really crazy deep red marks on my arms and everything because we would play and fight so much. And sometimes he would make me bleed, but very, very rarely. He had to get like really angry at me because sometimes he didn't realize we were play fighting anymore, and he's like, "Oh, he's beating me. I'm gonna get even meaner and bite even harder," that type of thing. But overall, he was a really, really good dog. He was very, very rambunctious. Until he got old. Once he got old, he did not like doing anything anymore. The only thing he liked was walks. That was his thing. He always loved his walks. Sadly, he as well got old and ended up dying. Oh man, it's so sad when you get all these animals dying, right? So what it was, let's list off all the other animals that I had. I actually had, you know what, I got, even better, guppies, man. Freaking guppies. So when I was in like 3rd grade, my friend went to my birthday party, and he asked my parents actually, or like his mom asked my mom or whatnot if we could have a guppy. And I was like, yeah, that's really, really cool. I love animals. Let's get a guppy. So this was like my first legit animal that was like mine, right? So my friend ended up getting me this guppy, and it was pregnant. And I was like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever, dude. He's pregnant. So you know what I was saying earlier? I was saying we got to get a tax shooter. Let's get him just in case we got some of these crazy regros coming in for us. Put it right in the middle here, and we can use him whenever we need to. We're already on round 59. Who knows how hard round 60 will be? I honestly don't know. And I'm also going to go for... Let's get another monkey village. Put him right here. We're going to get a few more Moab and a few more super monkeys. I think I am going to go for at least one robo monkey. I don't know how many I want to get, but at least one. We're going to put them on strong as well, just to get rid of those Moab layers. The Moab layers are usually the biggest issue for me, but I really don't have that much balloon popping power overall. I know. It's kind of sad. Don't really know what I want to get for that, though. Honestly, I don't know. I'm confused myself here now. We're already on round 63. Those balloons are going to be difficult. Holy crap, dude. Alright, let's get another 2-3 ninja, maybe. Hopefully that'll help us out enough. Plus, I got the Blade Maelstrom, so I feel like the Blade Maelstrom will be strong enough to stop at least one of these ceramic rushes. Hopefully, with the Bernie stuff on them and everything, and all these Moab Maulers, we will be okay. And it looks like cutting it a little close, but we did alright. On the first one, if you do alright, the second one should be just as easy, and the third one slightly more difficult. That's why we're just going to go Blade Maelstrom. You don't really need to kill all of them. Just kill some of them, and the rest of your towers will do the work for you. But I still want to get that Robo Monkey. $8,750. He's a little bit on the pricey side, but that's okay, man. It's okay. We'll still make it work for us, right? Yeah, absolutely. So I ended up getting this guppy, and I had it in my fish tank and everything, and then it had babies, and they were little tiny little things. And I raised them. I fed them just the regular food, and I raised them up. And I did such a good job raising these guppies that the babies ended up having babies of their own. Yes. And those babies ended up having babies with each other and or their parents. And then, oh my god, so everybody was just, oh, it was terrible, man. I had a bunch of inbred guppies. Straight up, I had a bunch of inbred guppies. I know, it sounds really, really funky. Sounds kind of weird, but it's the truth. A bunch of inbred guppies, and, the thing about my guppies is they didn't have a lot of color. I think that had something to do with the inbredation of them or whatnot, but they didn't have that much color. But they did really well. They actually survived for a really, really long time, and eventually I had like 70 guppies in my tank. Sadly, because of my inexperiencedness and my lack of knowledge and my lack of internet, again, I didn't have internet as a kid until I was like 16. I know, kind of crazy. my fish started to die, and I thought it was disease. I thought that a disease was washing through the tank and just wiping right through all my guppies. And I realized now, I think what actually happened was I never did water changes on my tank. I just let the water do its thing, and I just put more water in when it needed more water. And because of that, I feel like the nitrogen was probably the thing that ended up killing them all. I don't know if you guys know anything about fish tanks, but basically you have to do water changes every single once in a while because the fish, when they poop, they release nitrogen in the water. And there's really nothing to get rid of the nitrogen. Like bacteria change it into one set of nitrogen, something turns it into another set of nitrogen, and then it just kind of chills there as that nitrogen. And it does end up killing the fish eventually if they're not, if you don't do water changes. All you have to do is take some water out and put some new water in. It's as easy as that, man. But I didn't do that. I didn't know any better. And some of my fish ended up dying, which is, again, all of my fish ended up dying. All of my guppies ended up dying. I remembered I was down to like one guppy, and I was like, oh, this is so sad. And I was really sad. I was like, oh, I had these guppies for such a long time, several years of my life. I don't even know, 3 or 4 or 5 years. I don't even know how long I had them, but enough for several generations of guppies. Put it that way. My tank got too small. Honestly, it would have probably been better if I was able to get rid of them in some way, or not been such a good fish keeper where I didn't have all these guppies in there. But I got to the point where I always had like tiny babies, I always had some juveniles, and I always had a bunch of adults. Like, it was just crazy. So we need to do something about this. I have to worry about the balloons a little bit. I am going to go for an ice shards over here. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I feel like maybe I'll get at least one of those guys. You know what? Let's do 2. Let's try it out, man. We'll go for 2 ice shards. Right next to each other, though. And I'm going to go for another Robo. Oh, you know what? Let's get this guy first. Get a Flash Bomb. And we're going to go for another Robo Monkey. I think that's probably the best thing for me to do. And I'll keep him on first instead. So he can do some Balloon Popping Power, some Popping Power, some of whatever. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. I don't know if we have enough stuff for this. Destroy them, Ice Shards, go! We do end up taking them down with the Ice Shards. The Blade Maelstrom obviously helped out a little bit as well. This is a scary level, man. You don't realize when you don't have like a really good Balloon Popping Power Tower, sometimes it's just bad. But that was my guppy story. I had, a couple dogs, had a cat, had some guppies. I ended up getting more fish later on in my life. Cichlids, but I ended up giving them away because I didn't really... I was sad because they were really mean to each other. So there's basically like 3 levels of fish. There's like the really easy fish, the like tropical fish, like guppies and tetras and stuff like that. And then you've got like the next level, which are cichlids, which are like African fish, and or maybe they live in like the Amazon or something. I don't really know exactly where they're from. I think they're from like tropical areas, basically. So let's get another one of these super monkeys. And I have to be a little bit careful here. Those camo balloons, man, I don't know. I'm going to get another one of these camo detection towers with the signal flare over here. Hopefully it will be enough stopping power. It looks like we do end up having some issues with these camo balloons. And we do end up taking them down. Oh, crap, dude. That was scary. That was scary. So we get a big chunk of regrow rainbows coming in now. Alright, so we're going to move this guy to first instead of strong. Hopefully that will stop these balloons from killing me. 79 is a really bad regrow rainbow level, and then 82 is also a regrow camo rainbow level, which is a terrible, terrible level. We hate those guys. So because of that, I'm going to go for some more 2-3 ninjas. 0-3 ninjas. It doesn't really matter, man. It doesn't really matter that much. The Ice Shards is actually being fairly bossed today, I'm not going to lie. These big chunks of balloons, we're getting rid of a lot of layers out of these guys. And I might go for some more maulers. I was telling you guys I wanted to get some more of those guys earlier on, but I never actually ended up doing it. Then I kind of opened myself up for a lot of different animals. This was like I keep all these different animals and all these different cages and all the time. I had hermit crabs at one point. Those were really boring. I gave those away. I had a scorpion at one point, which he died. I don't even know what happened. He would not eat. No matter what I did, he would not eat. And I felt like I was taking care of him pretty well. He just would not eat my crickets. Tried feeding him a mouse. I tried to feed him crickets. He was just like a sad little scorpion. I don't know. Maybe he was just sick when I got him. I don't know. I really wanted a tarantula. That was my thing. I really, really wanted a tarantula, but I ended up getting a scorpion instead because my mom did not want a tarantula in the house, which I kind of understand, but it was a little bit on the ridiculous side. Then my main thing that I had for a really long time was my firebelly toads. I had 2 firebelly toads. I had them for, I don't even know, man, 5-6 years, something like that. They lived for a really long time. 7 years, maybe? So here we go. Gonna be a little careful here, man. We got the camo regrow rainbows coming in here. It's not really about the balloons as much. It's more about the camo layer. The camo layer is kind of hard for us to pop because all I really have. You know what? I just realized we should just do it like this. Just go radar scanner. Hopefully that'll help us out enough. We got double robo monkeys now on top of the radar scanner. So these camos got nothing on us. Woo, 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 woo. But I ended up having a bunch of other things. Oh, I already said that. I mean, I had... Oh, I was talking about the Firebelly Toads. Yes, Firebelly Toads. So I had those guys. Those guys were awesome. I love my Firebelly Toads. I didn't really play with them or anything. That's the thing about frogs. You can't really play with them at all, which is kind of sad. You can't really play with a lot of things. You know, and obviously playing with a scorpion might not be the best thing in the entire world. Tarantulas, though, you can actually like take them out and like hold them in your hand and everything. They won't hurt you or bite you or anything. And even if they did, they probably wouldn't hurt. I don't think, at least. Most of them, especially the ones you buy in a pet store. It's around 84, ridiculous. I'm just going to use one of these really quick. I'm also going to go for a sabotage supply lines. It wouldn't even let me use my abilities, man. It didn't even work anymore. It doesn't really matter that much, but yes. So we're going to use a Blade Maelstrom. Oh, man, look at that. I won't even use it. I won't even use it. We're so laggy. But then eventually, those Firebelly Toads led into the toads that you guys saw last year. I ended up raising tadpoles to toads. I ended up raising bullfrog tadpoles into bullfrogs as well, so that was really, really fun. I'm probably going to do butterflies this year. I'm really excited about it. I want to catch some monarch butterfly eggs or something like that. I'm going to see if I can find some. I don't know. It might be a little bit difficult. But that's all I'm going to have for you guys today. That is the pet story of Chris. Thanks for watching so much, and have a super duper delicious day.